Hi everyone, this is June, the Oneness Chef, and today I want to share with you my viewpoint, my Oneness viewpoint from what Oprah and Eckhart was discussing on the video entitled Oprah Soulseries Eckhart Tolle 1. So they were, Oprah was referring to the book Stillness Speaks of Eckhart, and at the last portion of this video, which I will put a link on to honor their expression here, as the life essence, as one as all. She said, and she was paraphrasing, she says that one should become aware of that voice, that awareness is you. And Eckhart was talking about identification with the stream of thoughts. Well, so looking at it from the point of view of oneness, as me, as you, as all life, okay. The stream of thoughts and the person witnessing, being aware that there's those stream of thoughts is one as all. So being the life essence expressing itself as those, and the mind expressing itself as the stream of thoughts. Okay. They were discussing about the self and the I as separate, which is from the viewpoint, from the point of view of separation, rather than oneness. I am looking at what they're talking about from the point of view of oneness, and if I would put it into that perspective, from the point of view of oneness, what they're talking about, I would say it like this, that me as the life essence, as I express myself as June, initially wasn't identified with any fears or any emotion of polarity. But then, as I express, and as I allow my mind to take over, I get identified with different things that I associate with, not knowing or not taking everything from the point of view of oneness, rather than perceiving things from the point of view of the mind, which is of polarity, and is of course from the point of view of separation, of you being separated from me, of me being separated from everything else. Okay, let's say, I would say that I created the mind because I allowed myself to be identified with everything else that I identified with, including my job, my possessions, my fears, everything. From the point of view of the mind, which is looking at everything as separate from me. And so what I will do is, what if I say, I forgive myself for identifying myself with as my job, or as my job, as you know, my possessions, or being attached with my possessions as my possessions being separate from me, and me being attached to June possessing these possessions. Okay, so then if I say I forgive myself for identifying with me as June, which is identifying, which is identified with possessing these possessions, rather than be the life essence without any identification with any possessions, but rather remaining as the breath, as one, as all. What would happen then? You know, will I actually burst? Would I actually cause these identifications to burst? Because I actually practiced self-responsibility and self-honesty, acknowledging what I just created, rather than bypassing what I created and focus, which is the identifications that I made, and focusing on me as the witnessing entity, witnessing this stream of thoughts, which is another identification. Look at that. Look at that viewpoint, because that's very interesting, because that's where we get bogged down. That's where that's what we should debug. You know, it's really looking at what we have done in all self-honesty. Don't you think? What do you think? How do you look at this?